All right, what's going on, guys? This is Solomon here, Digital Marketing FAQs. Should I be creating content in-house or use an agency? So the question is, hey, should I be just writing it? Do I get my own writers or use my current marketing resources? Or should I be sending it out, whether it's an agency, a content company, whatever it might be, right? It could be a freelancer. So what should I do? I would take a look at my resources that I have in the organization if I were you. So let's say I have one person in my marketing. I'm just using that because the equation is simple. One person. Well, okay, great. That one person is doing probably more than one marketing task per day. They're not just focused on creating content. So if that one person is, let's say they're doing some email newsletter, they're doing some social media support, they're sort of doing project management and being in all the meetings that are related to marketing, how much time are they really going to be spending on content creation? 10%? Fair to say, maybe 15%, but I don't think they can be spending anything more than that unless their job is a copywriter. So let's say you got two people in the company, right? So you still got one person that's only doing 10% because they also have to be involved in every aspect of the company that's related to marketing. So the second person can probably say spend 30% of their time because, you know, they drag this person into every meeting with the other person, so they don't really get to save any time anyway. However, let's just say person number two, you know, is a little bit more dedicated, who actually likes writing more, but may not actually have the background in the industry. But anyhow, 30%, right? Let's just say, okay, 50%. I mean, if you can get lucky. However, what you really want to be doing is, can this person write with SEO in mind? Then great, you know, let that person do it. Or do they have the expertise, the industry knowledge? Can they optimize the content? Can they go back and consolidate? Do they know what topics that they should be writing in? What length? What are the competitors doing? And what keyword should I be focused on in my headline and also throughout the entire piece of content? And for that particular term that I'm trying to optimize my site for, what are my competitors that are on the first page of Google? What keywords do they have in their content? Do they have the tools? Let's just talk about the tools for a minute. Do they have the tools to be able to analyze the entire SERP and then figure out what keywords do I need to have in order to have a better say on it? And then beyond that, can I promote the content that I'm creating or writing? And then can that get the views and the readers that I'm looking for? If all of these answers are yes, then fantastic. You should try to do it in-house. Maybe it's cost effective or they're just able to do that. But if you don't have anyone who's sort of focused on content production, you don't have a project manager to oversee it, you don't have an SEO analyst, a strategist to tell you what to write about and what keywords to include, may not have the tools to actually figure out what's trending, and then what about Google Trends? Is it going up for that particular term? And even the specific terms that you should be using throughout the content, right? The diversification of the same words, you know, different ways to say the same thing. Perhaps Google is looking for because the other competitors may have it on the first page of Google. These are all important factors that you want to take into consideration when designing in-house versus using anyone. It doesn't have to be an agency, it could be a third party. However, how much time and effort are they going to put into it? Or even my best question to ask is, why are we creating this content? Many times as the organization's creating content just because that's what the person's job is. They just create content every day. If you look at their history, a lot of content sort of looks the same, sounds the same. It's the same exact thing, but just a different headline. And what's happening is you're confusing Google by creating similar content, and none of them are actually ranking or producing any views or results for the brand. So in my opinion, in that case, that would be a complete waste of money, right? It would be a waste of time and resources. I might as well create less content and make sure this is the best piece of content that our company's ever created, and then spend plenty of money promoting that and be focused on that. So it really comes from the strategy side of things. So if you got the strategy down, you may be able to do it, or having the agency dictate the strategy and you write the content, that's a possibility. However, taking on the whole entire planning, production, promotion part is a lot of work. And I don't know if, unless the team is much larger than that and a lot of dedicated resources, perhaps you can pull it off. But an agency or a partner may be best suited for it because all day long they recruit editors, they're hiring writers, they have editors who read the content, then they go back and optimize the content, they publish the content, they promote the content. they're researching the topics well before. There's a lot that goes into a piece of content if there is a plan and process that's built in, than just somebody waking up and saying, look, I need to write a blog today, so what am I going to write about? And let's just sort of include some Star Wars and some of this and some culture content, make it fun, let's publish it. That's really not the best strategy, I would say, and I would probably want to outsource that if that's not my forte. All right, so I hope this question or this answer was useful for you, and anyone who's any more questions, send them in. I'll leave it in the comment box, and I will see you next time.